Dave.
Hey.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you, man?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
We're back again at the Rescue Rooms.
We are, yeah. Sooner than I thought.
Yeah, we chatted earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
and you were doing your headline tour then. You're here with Frank Iero. Is that the correct pronunciation?
It is.
Cool. So you're here with Frank on tour.
Mm-hmm.
As his main support, and this is your last day with him, isn't it?
It's our last day, and oddly enough, our last day with on the headline tour was in Nottingham too.
Yeah.
Strange. Yeah, we fly home tomorrow after I think almost 5 weeks of UK and Europe. So I am excited.
You're excited to go?
Yeah. I'm going on my honeymoon.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I can't wait.
What's changed since the last time we chatted? So we chatted about sort of it was like March we last met, and that was when you were doing your headline tour, and that was kind of on the back of Bury Me in Philly.
Yeah.
So what's kind of progressed since then? What have you been doing? Obviously we've had summer since. So have you had a good run of festivals and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did some stuff. We only did I think 1 or 2 UK festivals because I got married. So I kind of said no to a lot of stuff, which is we fit it in, and then we fit in whatever we could, and then focused on that for July. But the band got a lot better, and we progressed as a unit. You know, generally speaking, we're I guess just tighter as well as more relaxed and able to read each other a little better. We've done a bunch of shows. We did a full North American tour in between then, and came back over to UK and Europe in the summer. Yeah, we've done a bunch of stuff. We've kept busy most of the year. So it's in my mind, we're like gearing up for the end of the year in America. We're doing a full tour with that band Beach Slang.
Okay.
Supporting them in America, and then we're going to make a new record. So we also just confirmed another tour where we're coming back over here, but we're going to do sort of a different iteration of players. I'm not exactly sure how we're doing it yet, and I can't announce it yet.
Okay.
Which kind of leaves you hanging, but we are coming right back in February to do some stuff. So we're keeping busy, and I'm really excited about writing new songs. I've been writing, and Tim and I have been playing together, and Miles has gotten involved, our bass player, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of work, but it's good work to get.
So what's the kind of scope with the new record then? Is that going to be at around the same time as the tour, or is that kind of still quite
it'll
work
be
in progress?
later when it comes out. I'm not sure if we'll get a chance to record it in January or not. If not, we'll record it in like March. Yeah, so it just depends on how quickly we finish and what we can get done on the next tour and all that jazz. But yeah, I'm excited about the material. It's different. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. How did the stuff with Frank come about then? How did that? Did you know him before? Or?
Yeah, I met Frank when he was in My Chemical Romance, and I was in The Loved Ones, and his band was like huge at the time, and we played a festival in New Jersey, and they kind of all walked in to our show, which was cool. They were into it, and Frank liked the band, and we kept in touch, and we're both, I used to work for the Bouncing Souls, and he's a huge Bouncing Souls fan, so there's that link as well, and kept in touch over the years, and then when he was gearing up to put out, I guess, his second record, we just talked about doing stuff together, and then ended up doing 4 or 5 weeks in America in the spring, supporting them, and then doing this tour where we supported the patients in the UK and they supported us in mainland Europe. So it's been great. It's been a new experience to play to a much younger audience and a much different audience. It's interesting to see how that all works, and how those younger kids are a lot like dry sponges. Like, they're excited about anything, and whatever they get near, they sort of soak it up. And so it's been fun to play for them and try something different. It's it's been great, and we get along really well with Frank and his band, and so it's easy to travel together and stuff.
And do you feel that you complement Frank's music quite well? So do you feel like that you're quite a fit-in support, or do you feel like because, as you were saying, the audiences are kind of open to so much new stuff, no matter what they're coming to see as the headline, that you can kind of...
In America, oddly enough, it seemed to work. It clicked a lot faster and maybe a lot better, honestly, which is really surprising because typically UK and European audiences in general are just better. They're easier to turn. They're easier to get excited about music. America's a tough place, like it's great around Chicago in that general vicinity, and it's great on the coast. But in the middle of the country, it can be hard to get people to come out and get people excited about rock and roll. So, but over here, I don't know that we complement it. I think it's pretty different what we're both up to, I think the heart of it is the same, it's creative, it's all based in rock and roll, but I think we're coming from a different perspective, and thankfully the audience has been open to it, which is unique. We don't come from that same world, which is, it's cool that they would be open to us. But yeah, complimenting it, I think it's pretty different, which is good. I always liked when I was a kid, when I was just going to shows and discovering music when things were mixed up, It's like you'd see the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and there'd be a hardcore band that opened, or a pop punk band that opened, or, instead of just 3 other bands like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, they always did a great job of that, and that was something that made an impact on me. And so when we're able to be part of bills like that, it's exciting. We were able to play with Gogo Bordello this year, and we did shows with the Bronx. Just different stuff is cool. I love all kinds of music, so it's important to me to keep it mixed up.
And I'm not sure if maybe, as you say, you got married recently. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thanks.
So I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with sort of what's in the charts at all, but is there anything that kind of grabs you that's that you hear in the charts that's kind of new and moving on, and you think
in the charts? I don't know the charts. I'm not really sure what's ever in the charts, but I do. Well, I guess Lorde is a artist that's in the charts.
Mark's a big fan of Lorde.
Oh, she's so awesome. That record's terrific. Great pop songs. Really meaningful lyrics and an amazing approach. She's ferocious. St. Vincent, I really like. She's got a new record coming out, or it just came out. The National record I really like. That's probably one of my favorite records of the year. The War on Drugs record I think is killer. Warriors is a great band that should be in the charts but isn't, I'm sure. Only because they're coming from like a very punk sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by like the charts don't necessarily play into how I'm going to discover music. I kind of just listen to whatever.
Yeah.
But I really like Kendrick Lamar. But I guess when was his record? Last year?
I think that was probably, I don't know how it was in America, but I think we kind of heard it early this year.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the things that I've been listening to that I've been excited about. Yeah, I think that's... I'm trying to think of what else I could tell you. It's probably on my phone. There is... Let's see.
I think it's just because there's a lot of...
Julian Baker, I think, is rad. I'm listening to her. I just recently went back to that last Alabama Shakes record. I think that's good. Oh, the new Deer Tick records are cool. I really like those. Ted Leo put out a new record, which I like. And Haim, I think that that record's great.
And they're doing quite well.
They're on the charts, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a band on the charts I like.
Yeah. Well, Lorde, I mean, the first name you said, she's pretty hot at the moment.
Yeah. Very famous, right?
Yeah. And the last time we spoke, I noticed that the big question I ask at the end, sort of the standout musician for you, you answered Tom Petty to that.
Last time we spoke.
Yeah. And of course, since then, the world's lost him. What is? I mean, surely you were very sort of hit by that news, or?
Yeah. I was devastated to hear about that. I don't know. Seems too soon. It also seems a miracle he stayed alive as long as he did. You know, he lived a hard life, toured like crazy, was super ferocious in terms of his creativity. And, you know, if you read his book, or that book Petty that Warren Zanes wrote, you know, certainly busy with partying at different points and stuff. So it seems way too soon, and it also seems like, wow, it's a miracle he lived to almost 70.
Has that reflected on any sets that you've done? Have you done
The night after we opened and closed with a Petty song. We've put a Petty song into every set since, and will tonight. It's hard to put into words. I mean, he's a beacon of light way down the path, and always has been. You know, when I'm a kid, that's what's on the radio, and then as an adult. He, you know, sort of being a punk rocker or whatever, and putting together the Loved Ones, my band, where I was like the songwriter and the singer. That was the first time I did that. The temptation to make it a punk band at that age was there, and Tom Petty was the reason it wasn't just that. You know, it was songcraft and playing well, or attempting to do so for me. You know. They're like the mountaintop, the Heartbreakers, and so for them to be like without their leader is sad to me. It's sad for Mike Campbell and Benmont, Steve, the drummer and stuff, and just all of them. It's rough. I mean, rock and roll as a cultural force has sort of diminished, which is understandable. But guys like that are from another wave of it. You know, a couple generations later, and it's hard to see the world without him. You know, it's rough. And
going back to that question that I asked where you answered Tom Petty, some people kind of, when I interview them, they can't choose one, so they just give me one for that day, how they're feeling that day. Is there anyone else that you'd like to mention?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of people that you get inspiration from. I mean, the big ones for me are Patty Griffin and Bruce Springsteen and of course Tom Petty. You know, the Bouncing Souls. There's a ton of them. Joe Strummer, of course, is, you know, a noticeable influence on what I do. There's tons of them. You know, like I love music. I love to listen to music. I'm open to all kinds of music. You know, Sam Cooke and there's, you know, tons and tons of things I've listened to that, and all that affects you and you know, on this tour alone, I watched the Whitney Houston documentary and the Sharon Jones documentary, and so it was interesting to realize like how much just even those two singers have an impact on what you do, because you know, they were sort of giants in their field. They were magnificent entertainers or whatever, you know, singers or whatever. I mean, it is hard to pick one, but for me, I think I would still, you know, still say Tom Petty would be the number one, just because, you know, we play guitars. That's kind of what we lead with, songs and guitars. So, yeah.
Well, Dave, I hope to catch up with you again.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
It will be very soon.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have lots more to talk about.
Yeah, man. We always do.
See you soon.
Thanks.
Cheers.